I have had this Monstera Adansonii cuttings propagating in water for about 6 months now, and I think it is time to transfer her to soil. As well as my cutting, I've also got some soil, a decorative pot, a nursery pot, and also a little mesh round which stops any of the soil from falling through the bottom of the nursery pot. I'm going to put the soil in this glass bowl just so I don't get soil all over my desk. You can also use a potting mat or whatever you like. I will still get soil everywhere. I half fill my nursery pot with soil, and then I'm going to add in my water propagations. A moment for these roots. I've actually got 2 separate cuttings here, but I'm going to plant them together. You can see how all the roots have grown from a node, and there's also first and secondary roots. I like to wait until there's both first and secondary roots, but you definitely don't need to wait until it's this long. 1 or 2 inches is fine. On this one, you can see that roots have actually grown out from multiple nodes. So I've got one there, there, there. Incredible. Let's plant her. You can see she's nice and snug in here, and I've made sure that all the roots are in the soil. Now I'm going to water her to make sure it's really saturated. As she was a water propagation, the roots are used to that watery life, so we want to make sure that it's very hydrated to start with. I'm just going to use the same water that she was in. I'm going to pour it all in. This is way too much water, but you don't want any dry pockets of soil. That was obviously way too much water, but I've done this for 2 reasons. 1 is to make sure that there is no dry soil pockets in there. And 2, it really helps to settle the soil down, and you can see that some of the roots are exposed now that the soil is wet, so I'm going to add more on top. And you guessed it, some more water. Now that she's drip dried, I'm going to add her to a pot. And I'm just going to add a little trellis as well to have this climb.